Hi, it's Matt back from the Rubik's Cubed, and today I have another unboxing from Lightake. So I'd like to give a big thank you to Lightake once again for sending me another package. They've been sending me lots of stuff, and I'm excited to see what this is. Ooh, this is interesting. So I'm pretty sure DG got a very similar cube, if not the same. It says Z cube on the box. And from what I see right here, this looks to be in some sort of different language. It kind of looks like German. I don't know where Z cube is based. I would guess it's based in like China or something like that, but it's kind of weird that there's another language on the box, something that looks like German. So anyway, without further ado, let's take a look at this. Now I saw through that little window thing that this is no ordinary 3x3. Yeah, look at that. That is weird. What is this? Okay, so you can see that it's a transparent puzzle. Now if you look at the bottom here, it says Hello Cube. So I guess that's what it's called. Anyway, so it looks pretty cool, but there's some issues with this, whatever this is, heat transfer, I think it's called, because these aren't stickers. I don't believe. Yeah, these don't feel like stickers. They feel like they're printed on. So I believe that's through heat transfer. And I do kind of like the look, how you can like look through a number to the other number, like over here. That's pretty cool, but another thing with this is it looks scrambled for some reason. I mean, these two sides seem to be in order, as well as this one, but then there's this. No, yes. Okay, it was one turn from being solved. So somehow it got turned in the box. You see, what I don't like about these types of cubes, the pattern doesn't really make much sense. I mean, if you look here, you got it facing correctly this way. But then if you look around the cube, it's facing this way, then downwards, then up again. And these two seem to be correct, but those two aren't. And I know that there's some sort of pattern associated with it, but still, for me, it just doesn't sit well. For me, I don't make these types of cubes when I make sticker mods or I try not to, because their symmetry is off on the geometric shape of a cube, and some things just can't work on a cube. And I would say that these are one of those designs, this type of Sudoku puzzle thing. But this is a nice spin on Sudoku puzzle. I like how it's transparent. You have the heat transfer or whatever. Hopefully it doesn't chip so much like this when I start to play with it, if I start to play with it. As far as this mechanism goes, it is really, really tight. I can't really see in there. I'm going to try to pop a piece out. Okay, so that wasn't actually a piece. It's like a two split edge, and so this part popped out. And so what that tells me is that this is most likely like a Su-long or U-long, probably a U-long, just because I know those cubes have that, if I'm not mistaken, those cubes have that design on it. Here's the other part to the edge. So this looks like pretty much anything that you would see on a normal budget 3x3 used for this kind of stuff. So, and I know transparent cubes that Moyu make, well, this is a Moyu cube, you can tell by the blue core inside, but the transparent cubes that Moyu makes, they just recently made a Su-long that's transparent, not super recently, but pretty recently, and U-longs are transparent, so it's probably one of those two. Maybe it's U-long, I don't know. I think even Guanlongs may come in transparent, so why don't I get out a Guanlong and compare? Okay, so here's my Guanlong right here, and as you can see, these edges are pretty much identical, so that leads me to believe that this is a Guanlong mechanism. Let's compare the corners as well, just to see. Yep, even got that same little slit right there. So this is a Guanlong, transparent Guanlong. I know those are relatively new, not super new, but They're relatively new, kind of like the transparent Sulong. I can't for the life of me get this edge back in. So as far as turning goes, actually very impressive for a tight out-of-the-box cube. Yeah, I don't know what to think about this puzzle. You know what's interesting? It's hard to tell, but there are Z's on those edge pieces if you look. So I'm not sure if Z-Cube knocked off YJ with this Squanlong and just took their design for their Sudoku cube. Yeah. Anyway, there's not much else to say about it. This puzzle reminds me just of like the same concept as the iCube, just with numbers and much better quality. So that's always good, but the whole idea of it doesn't really get me that excited. I don't even know if I'll mix this up or anything. The cube itself is very nice, performs pretty nicely for the type of cube it is. The heat transfer is pretty cool, although there are some defects, and the transparent underneath it is an excellent choice and looks really nice. But other than that, this puzzle is not really that exciting.
Alright, so I'm back here with two new packages from Lightake, and let's bust into them. So let's look in the smaller package first, and then this larger one over here on the left. So, I'm pretty sure I know what this is. Let's see. Yep. This is a 3x3x4. So that's pretty cool. What else? Nothing else inside of here, so that's it for that. And then over here, we have two other puzzles. And these are what I expected as well. So they told me beforehand what was coming, and it seemed like they got everything correct. So Lightake wanted me to tell you guys that they have a new overseas warehouse. So this was shipped, to my knowledge, it was shipped from China like normal, and then this was shipped weeks after this one from the overseas warehouse, and they arrived on the same day. So I would definitely recommend checking that out. Shipping is now much faster from Lightake, so that's pretty cool. Alright, so let's take a look at this 3x3x4. Okay, so I do currently own a 3x3x4. It's a cube, cube for you, like this one. But there are some issues with it, so hopefully this one is a little bit better. Alright, so with my 3x3x4, the inside layers here, oh boy. Seems like this one has the same problem. The inside layers just won't turn that well. And I felt other 3x3x4s, and it's not the cube. It's just bad luck with which one I got. And it seems like I got another bad one here, which is unfortunate, because this turning here is just absolutely horrendous. There's so much resistance, and sometimes it just doesn't want to turn, like right there. Ah! Wow. That's really bad. And these top layers as well, pretty awful. The only thing that's good is these layers right here are decent. They work well enough. But yeah, that's pretty disappointing. I don't know. I don't know what I'll do with this. I have one already, so I might sticker mod this one as of right now. Not too exciting. Alright, so let's move on. Alright, so taking a look here, we have a Yushin puzzle. Or I believe this is a Yushin puzzle. Yeah, I think that's the Yushin logo or the new one. And we also have this. And this is definitely a Yushin puzzle, as you can see right there. But let's start with this one. This is really cool. So this is a keychain cube, as you can tell. And just pops open just like that. I've always liked keychain cubes, but the only one I have is a Rubik's brand, and it is really bad. So let's see how this one turns. Oh. Wow. That is really nice. This turns exactly like a speed cube would. In fact, if you were to take off this keychain, maybe you can even use it as an OH cube. Which I don't know if that's competition legal, but this thing is tiny. Let me get a normal 3x3 to compare it to. Alright, so here's the Yushin Keychain Cube compared to a Thunderclap. So as you can see, it's about the size of this 2x2 area of cubies. And so then that makes you wonder, what's the size compared to a 2x2? So here is a UPO, and it's a little larger than one cubie on a 2x2. But I'm interested to see what type of mechanism it has, so let's take a look inside the mechanism. So as you can see, it's a pretty simple design, but that looks like something you would find on a speed cube, just like really scaled down. And then take a look at the corners. We have a similar mechanism sort of thing, and sort of like the squared off corner design a little bit, you can tell with these lips right here. Now I wouldn't be surprised if this is a mechanism that currently exists on a Yushin puzzle, but I'm not sure which Yushin puzzle has this mechanism. Overall, I am very impressed with this cube. I would recommend everybody to go out and get it if they're looking for a keychain puzzle. I mean, look at this corner cutting for a keychain cube. Over 45. That's insane. So if you're looking for a cube on the go, then this is the perfect one. And plus, something that I found with my Rubik's brand is that it has stickers that peel off so easily. But this one, there are no stickers, so there's no way that the stickers can peel off. So that works very well. Very well designed cube, and I'm really impressed with this one. This one's really cool. Alright, so our last puzzle here is a Yushin pillowed 3x3. And this one is very cool as well, because you see pillowed 3x3s, but you never see stickerless pillowed 3x3s. So I'm interested to see how it performs. I'm expecting very good because it's a Yushin puzzle and they make some good 3x3s. Taking a look at this 3x3, it feels sort of like the QJ in my hands because it's very small compared to a normal 3x3. In fact, here's the QJ right here, and as you can tell, they're pretty much identical in size. And if I put the Thunderclap next to them, you can see the Thunderclap is significantly larger. Anyway, putting that aside, let's see how it turns. Very interesting. So as you can hear, this cube is really swishy. But it moves pretty well. I am getting some lockups and catches and stuff like that. But generally, pretty nice. The turning is definitely very interesting. I'm sure some people would like it. Definitely not my thing, though. So obviously, with its different shape, it's got to have a different mechanism. So let's take a look at that. Man, this thing just refuses to pop. Wow. Okay. So here we have an edge. Now you can see these really wide torpedoes here, as well as this torpedo up here. Now, as far as the corners go, wow, very wide corners. No stalks. It just sort of attaches like that. Definitely compared to the Keychain Cube, a different mechanism, but it has to have a different mechanism because of its shape. Alright, so I'm back again with a third unboxing from Lightake. So Lightake was kind enough to send me yet another package. I'm a bit excited for this one because it's a puzzle that I'm looking into using for my sticker mods. So let's take a look. What is this? I definitely didn't order this. What the heck? It's a chicken. That is so weird. I don't even know what this is. Look, it's like, oh, that's gross. Okay, I guess Lightake sent that for fun. I don't know. That's kind of funny. Anyway, let's get into the actual cube here. The Yushin Fire. So the Yushin Fire is another one of those budget 3x3s, something to compete against the YJ Guanlong, basically. And if you know my sticker mods, I have been using YJ Guanlongs ever since they came out, and this is being stubborn. Okay, rest in peace box, had to rip it open. Oh, look at this. This is why. The center cap is stuck to the plastic. That's fun. Anyway, so I use Guanlongs for my sticker mods, and I recently have been looking into some different possibilities for cubes I can use instead of Guanlongs, because now some of the more recent budget 3x3s are a little bit better than the Guanlong, so I'd rather opt for using those. Anyway, just from feeling it, it feels really cheap and very, very tight, so I have low expectations for first turns. Let's take a look. Okay, definitely not as bad as I expected. It is tight, but it has decent turning. It doesn't feel as cheap as the Guanlong does. I mean, it feels cheap in the hand, like the mold. You can feel that there's like some flash still on it, and that's kind of adds to the feeling that it's cheap. But when you turn it, the turning doesn't feel weird in any way. It feels like a normal 3x3, any normal $16 Moyu cube. And I'm sure if I loosen this up and give it some work, it would function pretty well. But yeah, I mean, the stickers look nice. They look like Moyu-ish shades, as per the usual with 3x3s today. I would say I'm relatively impressed with this puzzle. Okay, and here we have our final package from Lightake. So let's take a look at what is inside. So I actually forgot what they had sent me, but I'm glad that I got this. This is a cube that I've wanted for a bit ever since I saw that Moyu was doing this, or YJ was doing this. So basically, YJ is redoing all of their shape mod type things so that they're better speed cubes. So this cube right here seems to be, kind of ruined the box. I forgot. I think this is an axis cube. Yeah, this looks to be an axis cube. Now, the difference between this and a normal axis cube is that this is built from a speed cube, so it's going to turn a lot better than a normal version 1 YJ axis cube would. And just to show you this, I'm going to bring out my original axis cube. So here we have the Axis Cube V1 from YJ, and right off the bat you can see a huge difference between these two puzzles. The main difference is that the version 2 on the right has Florian cuts, and so that shows you that it's made out of a speed cube, and I believe it's either a Sulong or a Yulong or one of those that it's made from. Anyway, let's get into first turns. So it's been a while since I've played with a Axis Cube, but this seems to be much better from what I remember. So let's take a look. Here's a V1. Oh yeah. So the V1 turns fine, but it's just not a sort of puzzle meant for speed. As you can see, it catches very easily right there and there. And that's not something that's going to happen on this one. So I don't know who wants to speed solve Axis cubes, but if you're looking to get faster on a shape mod like this, then YJ basically did a reboot of all of their shape mods. So if you're in the market for a shape mod like this, make sure you don't get the version 1 and you get the version 2, because this is much better than anything you can get that's not a speed cubing mechanism. I was definitely really happy that YJ did this, and overall this is a great puzzle to buy. The Axis Cube in general is very fun, very challenging puzzle. So if you like shape mods and you're looking for a challenge, the YJ V2 is definitely the one you want to pick up. Anyway, that's about it for this one. I want to give Lightake a very big thank you for sending me all of these puzzles. If you're interested in purchasing any of these, you can check the links down below in the description. If you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, you can leave them down below, and that would be much appreciated. Like, share this video, and follow me on social media in order to be awesome, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.